Big Matt, let's talk about Colorado versus Cincinnati. I just want to get your keys to victory for Colorado. Let's start on the offensive side of the ball. Colorado's keys to victory versus Cincinnati.
Offensively, I think it's extremely simple. All right, do what we've been doing. Don't revert to the Kansas State mindset where it's got to be throw the ball every time. That's not going to work against this group. You've got to try and establish a run, even if it is for 1 or 2 yards of carry to start the game. You need to be multiple in your formation packages and your schemes. You need to move Travis around so they can't identify him and then bracket him and put him in a situation where he does get hit. I'd love to see him on some reverses, on some screens. I'd love to see Travis Hunter line up in the fucking backfield right next to Shedeur. You know how much of a matchup problem that is for a linebacker? Massive. Yeah. And you can put Wester, Horn, and Shepard out there and a 3-wide 11 set with Smalls and Hunter in the backfield. Oh, my fucking God. Jeez. Everyone shit on yourself on defense because there's a problem. And so that I think that's a big part of it. The offensive line, this is a huge test. If Zelinkus gets the start, you've got the Godfather on your shoulder, dog. Coleon is a fucking G. So we're going to see if Tyler Brown and Zelinkus and Cash Cleveland and is Benson the other guard or Myers?
They've rotated last.
They've rotated Myers, Benson, and 55 pretty consistently. So who's going to be the other guard?
Yeah, we'll find out.
And then Houston played well last week, but again, you know that he's going to be pushed as well. They've got good edge players, so I think a lot of this is putting Shedeur in a chance to be successful and then starting fast.
Yeah,
like they started lightning fast last week because Arizona conceded on the opening kickoff.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's not going to do that dumb shit. Cincinnati's 5-2. They've lost both their games by 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
They lost by 3 in Lubbock, and they lost by 1 at Pittsburgh against the ranked Pittsburgh team.
Yeah.
So I swear to God, CU and CU fans, if we take these people lightly, they will fuck us up.
Facts.
So not only do I expect the offense to play well, but we need to be mature. All right, now that we're into Wednesday and it's hump day and like this is really the Tuesday and Wednesdays where we get this work done before Saturday, the maturity level of the college football team and the coaching staff needs to reign through here. We haven't achieved shit. We're 5-2. I've seen CU teams go 5-0 and lose 7 straight. Not saying that's going to happen, but last year we were 4-2 and went 4-8.
Yeah.
So it's I need to see them take that next step maturity-wise. I need to see them take that next step offensively and just keep building on this. And then, look, I think Shedeur was a little frustrated last week with some of the shit that was going on with the center and the picks, and those were self-inflicted mistakes. Like, I feel like the picks were self-inflicted because of the situation they were put in, and I felt like obviously the snap stuff was self-inflicted. So that can't happen. We can't beat ourselves. And then, look, I'm not saying they're great on offense. They're not. Our defense needs to go out and fucking absolutely manhandle this game because they're deep. I don't know what the over-under is, but I would take the under in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I just would. I know that they went to Lubbock and gave up 44 points. I know they did, but I think that was a learning game for them. So what's the over-under on Bet Online?
57.5. Damn, it's up to 5.5. Colorado opened up as 3.5-point favorites. It is up to 5.5.
I would take the under, but I do think CU wins by 10.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that.
So I think it'll be like 27-17 or 21-10 or 24-14, something like that. I just think their defense is going to come ready to play. Satterfield is no joke as a coach. And look, they're being doubted now, right?
Yep.
So Cincinnati's the team that's now being doubted, who's the dogs on the road, who have to go in and prove something and no one believes in them. And they were picked at the end of the conference and now they're fucking fighting for a spot in the Big 12 title game. This game is as big for the University of Cincinnati as it is for the University of Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Facts. And it's the biggest game in CU since 2016. That's for goddamn sure. So it's the biggest Big 12 game since I played there probably. Fuck.
Yeah, no doubt. You mentioned, so we talked Colorado's keys to victory on offense. We talked briefly about it on defense, but I want to just kind of elaborate more. Colorado's keys to victory on defense. One thing I will say that Coach Reed touched on, only giving up 42 points in the second half the whole year. I mean, we've talked about that a lot. Coach Livingston's halftime adjustments, shutting down teams in the second half for the most part. I mean, I'd love to see that defensively in this game. But Big Matt, Colorado's keys to victory on defense. Go ahead.
Build on this, but Cincinnati's not going to do the same thing Arizona did. Cincinnati's going to try and run the ball at you. Yeah. So now defensive line, read your keys, play the point man on double teams, be violent with your fucking mitts, shed when you're supposed to. Don't try and make plays. Don't try and I know that sounds fucking stupid, so let me try and reiterate. Allow me to retort. Okay? Don't try and make plays. Make the plays that come to you while you're doing your fucking job at 100 miles an hour. Pursue the football with a relentless fucking desire to knock someone's motherfucking head off while they're running down the field with the ball in their inside hand, and you earhole that motherfucker, falls on the ground. Everybody's around it. We jump on it. They're like, oh, lucky break. Nah, bitch, we're running. There ain't nothing lucky in football. Fortuitous my motherfucking ass. We ran to the ball, knocked that shit out. It's on the ground. We jumped on it. That's a fucking fumble. See, you've got 3 fumbles in the last, or 3 turnovers in the last, 3 or 5 games or some shit like that. They're creating turnovers at an amazing clip. They're leading the fucking Pac-12 in sacks. Those 2 numbers won't mean shit if Cincinnati can run the football. And I guarantee you on everything, Cincinnati is going to watch the Arizona game and go, Arizona's not very good. But I'll tell you, let's watch the Kansas State game and see what Kansas State did to them. And let's line up in these fucking big formations and just hammer the rock and control time of possession and let our defense play and put everything on Shedeur. So they're going to say we need to stop the run and run the football and protect our subpar secondary. And I'm not saying they're bad. Everybody's subpar secondary against CU. CU's got Shepard's a draft pick, Wester's a draft pick, Horn's a draft pick. Yes. Travis Hunter is the draft pick. Shedeur's the first pick in the draft, and I don't really want to hear any argument about that shit anymore. Shut the fuck up. Augusta's probably a pro. Jordan Seaton's the first pick of the draft. Like, bro, they got NFL players all over the goddamn board on offense. So I'm saying everybody is inferior to Colorado when we talk about skill positions. The key is going to be the offensive coordinator. Pat, are you going to keep building on what you did? Because Kansas State, they got away from what they were building on. Okay, are you going to keep building on this? Or is the 8:15 kickoff, I know Coach Prime doesn't like it, and he's already said he doesn't, and they play better during the day and shit, yada, yada. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of a built-in excuse if they don't play well. I don't give a fuck if it's midnight and a goddamn hurricane on a beach. We got to be ready to play, and we need to go get nasty. So, look, bro, this is going to be a hell of a game. I really do think so.
Yeah, I agree. I can't wait for it. Any time of the day, CU's got to be ready to line up and smack Cincinnati in the fucking face. So,
and then how are they going to use Travis? Like, Travis is coming back and he's going to play. He took a half off last week and he could have, but I think Travis can hear everybody saying like, oh, he's not going to win the Heisman anymore because of one outing that wasn't Travis Hunter-ish. And I think that's really, 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 really going to piss Travis off.
Yeah.
And a motivated Travis Hunter, dog, with Shedeur playing the way he is, and I'm not just talking about physically. Shedeur Sanders is playing quarterback like a professional quarterback in college. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about the physical. I'm talking about the demand of excellence, the calling his guys out, the being the best player on the field and acting like it, holding a standard to everybody else as the quarterback. Everybody on the team should fear the quarterback like they fear the coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The wrath of the quarterback should be worse than the wrath of any coach. If you fuck up like the center fucking up the other day, I guarantee you Zelinkas, knowing the family and everything, and the younger Zelinkas is at Creek, and he's a beast too. I guarantee you that Zelinkas was more upset about letting Shedeur down than he was about letting Lodeholt and everybody else down. So that's what I'm talking about. That is true man leadership right there, bro. So I'm just look. I understand that people think that Cincinnati hasn't played anybody. They lost by a point at ranked Pittsburgh. That's somebody. They've lost 2 games by 4 points. This kind of talk and this kind of narrative that everybody's throwing out for CU is how we get fucking upset on Saturday night.
Yeah, I agree.
Shut the fuck up and acting like, oh, they ain't shit. Come on, dog. It's not that they're not shit. Yes, we should win the game at home. Yes, we're favored at home. Yes, we're on a hot streak. So are they. You have to look at it from their perspective. It's called self-scouting. I'm not hating. I'm saying let's fucking do this correctly so we don't run the risk of getting upset and getting fucked on national TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fun. So it takes everybody to be on point. And look, I think that they learned a lot from K-State on what not to do. So keep in mind also that Cincinnati's coming off a bye.
Yeah, that is true.
Cincinnati's, and I know CU rolled Arizona, and you could say, oh, that was like a bye, but it wasn't. It's not a bye. They played. So Cincinnati's coming off a bye. They watched us play last week. They've been scouting us for 2 weeks. And when you get 2 weeks to scout a team, it's usually pretty good for that team. So I think that Cincinnati is going to be a really good football team that comes in here, and CU and Cincinnati are going to fucking have a dogfight. And good. Let's do it, because there's a huge possibility that 50-yard line at halftime, Wolf and I are going to go to do some WWE shit on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fuck your team, Derek. Fuck your team, Matt. And I'm like, you and us, fuck.
Yeah, Colorado versus Cincy is going to be a war. We're going to keep talking about this all week long.